In a vibrant and colorful forest, where every creature was proud of its unique beauty, lived a magnificent peacock named Orion. He was known throughout the land for his dazzling tail, a shimmering fan of iridescent blues, greens, and golds, with 100 eyes of brilliant emerald and sapphire. When he fanned his tail, the other animals would gasp in admiration, and even the sun seemed to dim in comparison to his radiance. Orion spent his days perched on the highest branches, admiring his reflection in the quiet pools below. He would preen and strut, his head held high, full of arrogance. He believed that his beautiful tail was all that mattered, and he looked down upon any creature that did not share his brilliant plumage. "Look at my stunning beauty," he would boast to the humble brown sparrows. "Your feathers are so plain, so dull. You have nothing to be proud of." He was particularly disdainful of his own feet. They were a dull, dusty grey, with gnarled claws and a scaly texture. When he was alone, he would look at them with disgust. "These ugly feet do not belong to me," he would lament. "They are a disgrace to my glorious tail. I wish I could hide them forever." One day, the forest was visited by a wise old crane, known for his vast knowledge and calm spirit. The crane watched Orion from afar, observing his constant admiration of his tail and his disdain for his feet. He saw the pride that consumed the peacock and the sadness that filled him every time he looked at the ground. As Orion was preening one morning, the crane approached him. "Greetings, magnificent Orion," said the crane in a gentle voice. "Your beauty is truly a wonder to behold. But I have noticed something. You seem to spend all your time looking up, admiring what you have, and never looking down at where you are." Orion scoffed. "Why should I look at the ground? My feet are an embarrassment. They are ugly and have no place in the kingdom of beauty that my tail represents." The crane smiled. "Do not be so quick to judge, my friend. A part of you that is so essential to who you are can never be a disgrace. In fact, your feet are a part of your strength. Without them, you would not be able to stand on the branches, to walk through the forest, or to escape from a hungry fox." Orion was not convinced. He simply fanned his tail wider, attempting to blind the crane with his brilliance. "My wings can carry me," he said proudly. "I need no ugly feet." The crane simply shook his head and flew away, leaving Orion to his self-absorption. Later that afternoon, a fierce storm swept through the forest. The wind howled and the rain came down in sheets, making the ground slick and the branches treacherous. As the storm raged, a hungry tiger, driven by the storm from his usual hunting grounds, came upon the great oak tree where Orion was perched. Orion, caught in the panic, tried to fly away, but his beautiful, heavy tail, soaked by the rain, was too weighed down to lift him. As the tiger drew closer, Orion was forced to climb down from the tree. His magnificent tail was dragging in the mud, and he was forced to run with his despised feet. His beautiful feathers were stained with dirt, and the mud splattered on his legs, making him look even more unsightly in his own eyes. The crane, watching from a safe distance, saw what was happening. He saw Orion's beautiful tail being soiled, and he saw his plain feet carrying him to safety. The crane realized that the beauty that Orion so cherished was a hindrance in the face of danger, and the part of him he despised was what saved him. Orion eventually reached a small cave and hid inside, trembling. He looked at his muddied feathers and his scratched feet. He was a mess. But as he looked at his feet, he no longer felt disgust. Instead, he felt a profound sense of gratitude. They had carried him to safety, something his beautiful tail could never have done. As the sun rose the next morning, a clean and sobered Orion emerged from the cave. The crane was waiting for him. "My friend," said the crane, "you have seen the truth. The beauty you cherish is for the good times, for celebration. But the strength you disdained is what carries you through the hard times." A true peacock, a truly beautiful creature, is one who is proud of every part of himself. From that day on, Orion continued to fan his beautiful tail, but he did so with a new sense of humility. He no longer looked down upon others, and he was no longer ashamed of his plain feet. He walked with his head held high, not out of arrogance, but out of a quiet confidence in the knowledge that he was beautiful and strong, from his glorious tail to his humble, earth-worn feet. Moral of the story: this story teaches a powerful lesson. True beauty and strength are not just in the things we are proud of, but also in the humble, necessary parts of ourselves that carry us through life. We should never look down upon our flaws or weaknesses, for they are often the source of our greatest resilience and the very things that save us. Please like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel.